Up and coming artists lean so heavily on social media that nobody believes that websites are important anymore. But people keep forgetting that social media apps are themselves websites, and all of your favorite artists have their own websites. You want to be on that same level too, don't you? So why don't you have a website of your own? In this video, I'm going to be going through 3 websites of some women in the industry who I admire, and we're going to chat about what each of their websites includes and what we as independent artists can include on our websites to make sure we're on the same level or pretty close. If this is the topic you're interested in chatting about, make sure you stay tuned. The other day, I was going through my website and looking at it and really just desiring kind of like a rebrand or just like a refresher, something to make my website look more up to date. So I had the bright idea to draw some inspiration from some artists who are already big in the industry. Why not, right? And I have been maintaining my own website for a number of years. You would be surprised though how many up and coming artists don't see the value in having your own website. And it really surprises me because having your own website is another form of being creative and showing your creativity. The benefits range from personalization to customization and having more control over what you sell, what information you include about yourself. And you can actually really be like the #1 source as far as information and news for people who follow you and who want to support you. So the reason why personal websites or artist websites are so important to have, like I mentioned in the introduction, these social media platforms and these apps, even though they're on our phones, they are websites. They just have the ease of access through the cell phone. That's all it is. And your website is technically an app as well when people visit from their cell phones. But with a website, you can do more personalization. So you can have whatever color you want. You can include whatever pictures you want, whatever video. You can speak however you want to. You can share what you want to. Within reason, there are still some legal implications if you do certain wrong things, but you do not run the risk of being shadow banned or having your account suspended. Basically, what I'm saying is you have so much more control over your brand, over how you get to present yourself, and you get to choose how you want to present yourself, right? Versus having to conform to whatever is trending on that particular platform or whatever is trending amongst all of the social media apps. You really get to control and have a better handle on what information goes up, what it looks like, and just that's the main thing, right? It's all about control. And also think about it. You are not subjected to the terms of use to these different platforms. That's basically what I'm getting at. You have full control. And as we saw when TikTok was under threat of being banned in the United States, if anything happens to these social media platforms, everything that you've worked so hard to build on someone else's site, it just goes away with pretty much the click of a button. But if you have your own website, really the only threat that you have to your website being taken down is if you get sued or the company that you built your website through no longer exists, or something happens with your credit card and it might get shut down until you fix your payment. That's literally the worst that could happen. And if something like those things happen, you just update your credit card or you move to a different website builder platform. There are Wix is out there, WordPress is out there. I personally use Squarespace, but you have way more control, and as long as you maintain those payments, of course, you get to keep your own platform. So tell me again why you don't have your own. And they're fairly cheap. Like, they're not crazy prices either. And with all of the plug and play features that these different platforms offer, it's super easy to build your own website. So let me know in the comment section down below, why don't you have your own website, or why have you not thought about getting it before? But before I get into what we should include on our own website, what we should include when we're building our own platform, let's take a look at some of the ladies that I admire in the industry. So I want to take a look first at the website for Megan Thee Stallion. It is meganthestallion.com, and you see it's automatically store.meganthestallion.com. She's got her banner and she's got 4 links. She's got all of her social media platforms. It looks like you can have your own account on her website. She's got a picture of herself, and this looks like a gallery that, changes. It's like a slideshow. Promo pictures. This is her Lover Girl album. Very pretty. She's got the merchandise set up right there, letting you know that it's available now. And on the next slide, she's got even more options for merchandise. Next example, let's go ahead and look at Chloe Bailey. This is chloebailey.net. Cute picture of herself, name in the top left corner, listen and download the music. You see she has her social media stuff on the side, and she has 4 navigation titles: music, videos, tour, shop. And then you scroll down a little bit, you see her music videos, no tour information, but if it were that she was going on tour, we would see it right there. So very simple website, listen and download to look for the music. And the next example I want to use is summerwalker.com. Now hers is super cute, and she has this cover page where you can click to enter the website. She has a dope theme. Her name is in the top left corner. She's got 5 headers. She's got her social media at the top, and she is currently promoting her album, Finally Over It. Scroll down, you see you can shop merchandise, you can buy vinyls, you can buy CDs. Scroll down a little bit more, you see official music video. Scroll down a little more, you can subscribe to her email list for her personal or for the record labels, and then social media is at the bottom again. And it's just really cute. It looks really good. And now I'm going to check my own website. I've got my name in the top left corner. I've got 4 main navigation titles. I've got my social media all at the top. My music, Late Night Call is the latest thing that I've released. I've got the latest music video that I've dropped, which is This Is the Part Where. I've got my latest merch, which is a voice notes to my creative self. It's like an audiobook thing for artists. If I had events, it would be right there. I've got my stuff. You can subscribe, and I've got my main navigation titles again. So, you know, this is what I did. This is what I was working on when I was updating my website to mirror as closely as possible as I could to what these other bigger artists are doing. So if you think about what each of these websites includes, Megan Thee Stallion, Chloe Bailey, Summer Walker, what are some commonalities that you noticed? And I was pointing it out as we were going along. Each and every one of them has their name at the top of the page, and usually in the top left-hand corner of the website. Every single one of them. Megan Thee Stallion, Chloe Bailey, and Summer Walker, all of them had their names in the top left-hand corner of the website. And if you click on your name, typically that's what's going to lead you back to the home page or the main page. The next thing I notice about each of these websites is that they are a one-page scrollable format. So, you know, a lot of people are all on social media, right? Most people are on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I don't know, Snapchat might still be very popular. And what's all common for these things, it's that timeline feature, right? It's that scrollability, if that is a word. So I noticed that with all of these websites, between Megan, Chloe, and Summer, all of their websites, when you go to the home page, it is a one-page scrollable thing. You go down one scroll, well, you come on the main page, it is usually their name, their headers, social media links. Scroll a little bit, you see the music. Scroll a little bit, you see the music videos. Scroll a little bit, you see the merchandise. Scroll a little bit more, you see an email list, something that you can subscribe to keep in touch with them. And I think that is really important, and I think it's really smart, because we are in a time where social media is dominant and people are basically all content creators now. We're just glorified content creators who make music. Can we even call ourselves music artists anymore? But that's a whole nother conversation for a different day. But having it be a one-page scrollable thing, it's important to keep up with the times. It's kind of like a compromise for keeping up with the times, where it's similar to a timeline, scrolling on a timeline on social media. And within a few scrolls, everything you need is right there. You want to know about the music? Boom. You want to know about music videos? Boom. You want to know about tours and events? Boom. You want to know about merchandise and an email subscription list? Boom. It's all right there, and you can access it within 2 to 3 scrolls. Very important for people's attention span these days, and it's mimicking what's already popular with social media. The next thing I noticed about each of these ladies' websites is that the navigation titles, there's no more than 5 navigation titles at the top of their websites. It'll say music, it'll say videos, it'll say tours or events, and it will say merchandise. And then there's also somewhere at the top, or we saw on Chloe Bailey's, it was on the side, all of the social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever these people have, email lists, even whatever social media platform, any and all the social media platforms that each artist is on, they have all of those social media links. So think of this website as like the headquarters, as the mothership of everything that is you as an artist. You want people to come back to your website. You want people to think of your website as the first source that they'll come to find out about you, what's going on with your music, what's going on with your tours and events, and how they can keep up with you. Anything that's news related to you as an artist, think of your website as that. So everything that anybody could find from you, the source starts from this website. And that is great. And that's what I wanted to point out with the social media being included. It's going to take you where you want. So if people want to follow you on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, you have those links available. But remember, that website is the headquarters. It is the source that is funneling all the information into these different platforms. And then the last thing that I took notice of with all of these websites is that each of them does have a way for you to stay in touch. And I especially love the way that Summer Walker did hers. It's just super unique, and she really does have an entire theme fleshed out for her website. It's this whole, she's in an era where she is kind of getting after the bag, like she's after a more opulent, a more luxurious, a more wealthy and expensive lifestyle, right? And so it looks very upscale with the envelope to enter the website. You're cordially invited to enjoy this experience of a website. You click to enter, and it has that opulent, that more upscale look, more luxurious look to it. So I really enjoy her theme. But when you scroll all the way down and you see the email list, you saw that you could either keep in contact with Summer Walker, see what's going on with her specifically, or you can sign up for the entire label's email list and get updates and news on what's going on with Summer Walker specifically, or every artist on Interscope. An email list is also something else that up and coming artists don't realize is still very powerful. In a world where everyone feels like everything is accessible and easily accessible through social media, having someone's personal information like an email address is still very important, and it is a better access than social media because it's a little more personal, a little more close to home, right? When it comes to an email list, again, if people want to keep up with you, that is a direct message that you can send to somebody. An email is more personal than a DM in private messages, right? It's more personal than that. And I literally, for myself, I will keep my supporters updated by sending a monthly newsletter, letting them know like, hey, these are the YouTube videos I posted. These are the songs I've been working on this month. This is the song that I released, and I would love for you to listen to it. Oh, by the way, I have this t-shirt associated with this project. I have this poster associated. I have this new voice notes series that's going to be really motivational for any up and coming artist who needs a little motivation on their journey to superstardom, right? And I can tell people what I have going on, where I'm going to be, what to expect from me. And it's nice for people who want to follow you and want a little bit more of a close relationship versus what they see on social media. So don't knock the power of an email list, and even further, because Megan, she actually has a text list. So that's even better. That's even more personal. If you can collect people's personal information to that degree, then always go for that. Don't ever go for the social media alone, because that's just too easy these days. You want to try to get an email. You want to try to get a phone number, something that's personal, or even a home address, but don't collect certain information if you're not going to use it, right? Like if you're not going to send merchandise to people for free as like a thank you or something, or a promotion or something, don't worry about that. But I think it's really clever, and it's a great way to stay in touch with your supporters through that email list to give them a little bit more access, or as Megan Thee Stallion has, give them that text message list where it's like they're texting with you directly or getting direct updates to their phone. Very cool. That is all I have for today's Lex Chat, and I hope that you learned some great things about what you could include on your own website, because now you understand how important it is to have your own website as an artist and how powerful it can be for you. Thank you so much for tuning in to Lex Chat. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified each and every time I post a new piece of content. If you are listening, I would encourage you to come over to my YouTube so that you can see all of the cool demonstrations that I'm doing. Also, in the comment section, let me know what topics you want to chat about next. But my name is LexC. Until next time, peace.
Ooh, can I get you all alone? We've been talking all night on this phone. to a meeting where there ain't no talking. Come on, I don't wanna be alone. I don't wanna be alone. Yeah. Baby, baby, I just wanna cross your line.